Okay, we are getting rolling here.
Alrighty, folks. Women's Open singles action continues with the quarterfinal match. Hannah Smith on the right, Isabelle Stelly on the left. This is the 2025 Tour kickoff. The World Foosball Tour's first era-changing event. I am looking forward to this one. I've been looking forward to it all weekend. I've been here all weekend, looking forward to things. This is, I believe, a 3 out of 5.
Yes. And all of the events here this weekend, I'll say this before I even say it, I'm a fan. A lot of them are championship format. A lot of them are single elimination. Those two formats this weekend are 3 out of 5. Doesn't matter if it's open, pro, women's, this, that. If it's a single elimination or championship format, it is 3 out of 5. And it is unlimited overtime in the third. And then the double eliminations are just straight up. So this one is championship format, and it is 3 out of 5 on the winner's side. Chasing the championship with unlimited overtime in the fifth if it gets there.
Oh,
yeah,
unlimited.
Unlimited.
Cool. That's fantastic. Smith did a drive up the table, 2 to the 5, to a little rinky-dink on the 3. It's an interesting matchup here.
I believe they played in Nationals where Hannah defeated Isabelle, if I remember that right. They also played in Vegas, which I'm certain of because it was on table 2. We have that on our YouTube page, Modern Foos. They're on YouTube. Oh, she was almost able to keep that in there. Just didn't get quite enough of it. When they played in Vegas, it did go to overtime, and Isabelle was able to pull that off.
Smith, of course, a very cerebral player, student of the game.
Reigning world champion.
Reigning world champion. Stelly, a player that has incredible hand speed, incredibly fast, incredibly talented. And I feel like sometimes, obviously, she's been doing great on tour.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't quite come together for her. And I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I'm seeing that wrong, Clay.
Do I jump in here? Is that my key?
That's
My
your
Q?
key.
Key or Q?
QR.
QRS?
Q. No, I mean, I could keep going. I'm just curious what you think about that.
I think it's hard to break through, man. I think she's made some very deep runs in some events. She's made a couple finals that I can think of off the top of my head. One being the event in Dallas last year where she and Yvette made it to the finals, or the final, and then also, of course, at Worlds. I think she's figuring it out. It's too short a time. The way that I see foosball, I think it's too short of a time period to say that she's there and then something's holding her back. I think she's just finding her way.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be surprised if she tripled this weekend.
Yeah. And I'd like to qualify what I just said by saying, obviously her and Sullivan famously won an open doubles event last year at a large, what was it? It was Illinois State? It was Illinois State. An incredible match, an incredible story. And I guess what that really means is I see so much ability and so much potential in her that I guess I just think she should be winning everything all the time, nonstop. But I would agree with you. It's a process.
I think she's beaten all the players that she's supposed to beat, and she's given everybody a run for their money. So, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if she tripled. I also wouldn't be surprised if she didn't win. I think she's in that conversation with Hannah and Sully in this event for sure. And I don't know who else. Really anywhere on Tornado especially here this weekend. I don't know anybody else who's going to give them those three much of a problem or much of a challenge, I should say. Where is Stelly? Is she in this event?
No, I didn't see her. I don't know if she's coming this weekend.
I believe. Okay, thank you, Mr. Clown School. Appreciate it. Is it playing the when the replay happens? Is it playing the table audio or is it playing our talking? What's it replaying there? Thanks for letting us know about that. It's a new toy we have this weekend as well. Talking audio. Okay, thanks. Yeah, it should be totally silent. Cool. So y'all got to hear me talking over myself talking. That's pretty much what it's like to be in my head.
Meta. It is 3-3 in this first game, and there's 3 out of 5 in this quarterfinal women's open singles match.
Just a little bit of imperfection on this here.
I like that.
We can wait. If they start playing before this is done, we can wait till later. Okay, we'll do it after we won't do any more replays this match, and we'll fix it afterwards. Thanks for letting us know. Take a peek at Hannah's left hand anytime the ball gets loose and is bouncing around the table. She does something better than most. It's one of the things that anybody can do day one of foosball. You just have to think about it and then do it. It's not wildly difficult. It's just the presence of mind to do it. Watch her left hand, and it'll tilt back, and she'll jam the far wall or the near wall to protect the corner. And the amount of slop that she keeps out by doing that. Because if the ball's coming into your area, there's really not a lot of trying to catch it like that. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of benefit in trying to catch it. If you just keep it out of your goal, let it bounce off that back wall, you can get the rebound.
4-3. Yeah, those are fundamentals. Again, something that Smith does. Thinks about these things. And I know that's something that she's thought about. But to pick up on that and to do that, why don't people do that? Is it just a presence of mind?
Well, I mean, frankly, most people aren't in big enough matches to where that can cost you a title.
Interesting.
And I think I can't speak for Hannah. I don't know this is the case, but I would imagine if you talk to her and you said, "Hey, what is the thing?" My guess would be something in the neighborhood of, "Well, back in 2019, I had a shot to win, blah blah blah," and the thing that might have been the reason she lost a really big match, and so it's just burned into her brain that way. It could also be that somebody told her, "Hey, here's a basic that you should do," and she's just smart enough to remember it.
Yeah.
Or any range between there. I'll ask her later, actually. I've noticed there's not just when the ball is bouncing around and she protects the corner. She does, when the ball leaves the table, she planks the man, too. We have a really cool highlight on our socials, Modern Foos on Instagram, where the ball goes up and over her back rod, and she planks her man and blocks it with the man parallel to the table. So she has a good sense defensively anyways.
Right.
And so it could just be a natural thing that somebody taught her once and she remembered. Could also be she lost a big match. I don't know. I don't pretend. But what I do know, she keeps a lot of crap from going in the goal with something that is very easy to learn day one of playing foosball. She just does it every time. So like a lot of things.
Yes.
Smith puts that one away, goes up 1-0. You made a really good point. Were you finished with the point?
Yeah, I was just going to wait till the game started because we.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Well, we can talk now.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah. If you're struggling with the stream there, just refresh. What kind of What kind of device are you watching on?
Does it look like a potato?
Tables 2 and 3 are being recorded as per usual. We do have a treat for you this weekend that I won't say yet. Hang out until after this match and you just might see it. But yeah, tables 2 and 3 are being recorded for later release. Welcome in. Glad you're here. This might be my favorite camera angle in all of foosball.
Yeah. Game 2 underway. Smith up by 1 in that very close first game, 4-4. And it was about the fundamentals for Smith. She was back there. And I think to your point, Clay, and I think it's a great one, a lot of players are just not in the situation where a single ball is the difference between the title. Smith has been there more often than not.
Yeah.
So to say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to commit myself when I'm playing to these things to make sure that I do these fundamentals, like just making sure you're back there picking up the corners for any loose slop going around. I mean, that was 4-4.
Yeah.
She could have lost that one if she hadn't picked up that one thing that happened in the middle of the first match.
I like that comment in the chat there. Picture/audio crispy AF.
I like that. I like my potatoes crispy and my picture and audio even crispier.
My noodles limp.
My noodles limb.
Like if you don't cook them, if you don't boil them right, what do they call that when it's? There's a name for it. I heard Gordon Ramsay talk about it. Argentine? What's it called?
When they're overcooked?
No, when they're undercooked. There's a name for it.
Oh, al dente.
Al dente, yeah. Close to Argentine. Had some of it. If this was Wheel of Fortune, I would have got it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Al dente. There we go. Thank you. Good looking out. Back to this one. 2-2
in this second game.
It's a couple of nice pickups by Hannah.
It is. This is what Smith does. She digs. It's just that's how she wins matches. That's how she wins titles. Back when I was competitive, I would do whatever I could to win. I would have sold my soul if I could. If I had one.
Ooh, a little squirrely there. Yeah.
In all your years and thousands of matches that you've done stats for, have you ever seen a 3 out of 5 go game point
4-4, 4-4, 4-4, 4-4, 7-7?
Sure.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, basically. It was always game
once.
Yeah. Timeout called. Smith walks away after tying that up, and that is a smart play.
She's gone. She's like, you just barely see her right there by that pallet jack that thankfully this wonderfully speedy and competent crew was able to leave exactly right there. Getting a little water there coming back behind our camera guy. Not usually how that works.
I think this is something that's important to note with Smith is that she is excellent. She excels at table management. She understands the flow. Of course, you call a timeout. In theory, you know, if you're the kind of player that likes to just roll, just keep going, attack, fine, that's your style, that's your whatever. Smith knows her abilities, her strengths, and her weaknesses, and she plays into her strengths. Amplify your strengths, and she does it. Call a timeout. Take your time. Up by 1 here.
Just a little off screen there. You couldn't quite catch it on our cameras. Isabelle stepped away to chat foosball with her open mixed partner. So maybe she's coming back to the table with a couple ideas. Maybe got some helpful feedback. Maybe they're talking about what's for dinner today. I don't know. I think most of the time, not that Isabelle ever asked me for input, I think most of the time, if I had her game, I would just really try to keep my confidence in the match. I think she's extremely skilled, very good at foosball. And I think if I had the kind of skill like that, I would just really want to make sure that I'm always putting it on the table. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you see people, they're just making bad choices. They're just being silly or being, careless. I don't see, not that I see a lot of that from her, but another timeout. She's a timeout calling machine, dude.
4-3 in Smith's favor. And you're right. I think that's a key point that a lot of players, as they're newer, trying to understand what it is that their process is on the table. To put your game on the table, make them deal with it. You make adjustments, you have a game plan, but for the most part, put them on the table. Make them respond. Out of the timeout, Smith. Rollover position. Yeah, beautiful fundamentals by Stelly. Immediately planked the second that ball left the table. Do not let an air ball go in. Puts that one away. Smith ahead 2-0.
Just a little subtle. That's funny. Where's everybody? Balcos on tap. You can look at worldfoosballtour.com and click on the event registration, and then go to the matches in progress. That'll tell you every match in this building and where they're playing. We're watching table 1. And what was I going to say? I was coming back with something. And on table 1, game 3 underway in this quarterfinal match. Isabelle down by 2. Smith is just doing what Smith does. She's doing fundamentals well. She's picking up her the ball as it's flying around, scoring. She had, 2 pickup points the last game? Yeah, at least 2 of her first 3.
But more so than that, this match, all of it is just owned by Smith right now.
Yeah.
She's just taking her time out. She's taking everything that she needs to do to be in control. See if Stelly can find a foothold here and start pushing back against the rhythm that Smith has put up, and she is 2-0.
Yikes. Thank you, Killer Leaf. I see that. You're right. We'll get right back there in just a moment. Oh, another pickup.
Quickly now, 3-0. Smith pulls a phantom point. Timeout called. My goodness.
And everybody left.
Yeah. Wow. I might leave.
I'm out.
Couldn't see it. Stelly was way over there, kind of hitting the wall. Looks like she's trying to get herself focused. Munoz giving some advice.
That the facial expression there was not thank you.
No, that was not a thank you advice. That was I'm in my moment face.
That was a GTFO.
Oh, I used to have one of those.
H. Pontiac?
Gas guzzler. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Back to this one. 3-0. Smith. Fortunate there. Pulls within 2, I think.
Yep. 3-1.
Stelly can be just destructive on the table. She gets these spurts.
Couldn't be a bad time to see a timeout from Hannah here either.
No.
for that very reason, what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Stelly is rolling. She is a momentum player, is what she is. And when it gets going, it's fiery and terrifying. I'm a little surprised, actually, that Smith didn't call a timeout unless she's just trying to bank timeouts.
Yeah.
See if she can get herself back into this one, and if she does, then recontrol the match. Maybe that's what she's thinking. Stolen away by Smith. Down by 2. Just loses that to the 2 of Stelly. Ooh. My ankle. Yes! Fortunate there. Puts that one away. Pulls within 1 game.
If you're wondering, that yell was not Isabelle. Her voice did not get a couple octaves lower. That was Hansen there on the right winning that game on that side table, which you can see from here is table 2. So, as I was asking earlier, as reminded so nicely by Killer Leaf, where's everybody watching from? We're in Lexington, Kentucky at the tour kickoff. That's where we are. Where you be? What city you from? What country you from? What state you from? What municipality you from? What province you from? What parish are you from? Are you at the airport? Are you at home? Are you on a train? I was trying to work that into. I don't know a lot of Dr. Seuss, but that was coming. That was.
Yeah.
Are you on a boat? Or are you on a goat?
I thought so.
Yeah, but I don't. My parents didn't read to me.
Okay.
They did other things. They did the damaging stuff. They didn't do the reading stuff. They didn't do the stuff to uplift and grow a healthy young person.
I'm so sorry.
Lafayette, Louisiana. We got Colorado in the house. Vancouver, twice. Peru.
Cool.
And a game 4.
Yeah. Clay's lore goes crazy. Game 4 underway. Smith dominating the first 2 games. Stelly showed what she can do. See how Smith responds. What we see, Smith won this event at Worlds last year against Sullivan Rue by sticking to a very specific game plan.
Yeah.
Her game plan was, I'm going to amplify my strengths, understand my weaknesses, and play to them.
Yeah.
And it got her the title. And you saw her carry that over here the first 2 games, but Stelly on a tear.
She's just digging in there.
Smith slowing it down, rollover position, setting up. Everything right now very deliberate from Smith. In an attempt to regain control.
She made a nice grab there and went to roll it around and just kind of lost it backwards. That last possession before Isabelle scored that, you saw her have it on her 5-bar, move it around a little bit, and just kind of, it was subtle, but if you go back and see that, you see she kind of had it on her 5-bar. She took a breath, kind of claimed her situation, and then passed it through her 3-bar and got that score. It's a big deal. Take 2 or 3 seconds. You got 10 on your 5-bar. Take a couple and just breathe. I think that's a big deal.
It absolutely is a big deal. You know, and I think we talk about nervousness, or maybe we don't talk about it enough. I often think in these kind of moments, these pressure situations, it's a lot like public speaking. You get kind of married to the idea of a future outcome, and you don't remain in the present. And when you're worried about the future outcome, in this case, winning, you're not thinking about what it is that's actually happening in front of you. And you start thinking about other things. That is the mind killer.
A slip pass.
You see the body language from Smith. That's the second, third time now that she's done that, like, thing to the table, or a foot stomp. Like, she's not here right now.
On that one, she just misexecuted. She just kind of overshot it and chipped it to the wall. Just didn't even get it on goal.
Clean block, but you say to yourself, you know, if you try to start forcing yourself to play perfect, you're going to get in your own way. Stelly quit trying in that last game. Smith calls a timeout after Stelly just putting on a show. Up 3 points to nothing.
By the way, see Hannah there talking to her fiance, Bracklin Buffkin. You're going to see some imagery in the near future with the World Foosball Tour socials. A lot of that, you see that giant camera that he has there. Well, camera's normal size with the giant lens. He takes some pretty slick pictures. And he's roaming around here taking some pictures, and that's another new thing that Ryan has done. He's added a lot that it's existed other places and now it's better, or it's not existed at all. And that's another thing you can expect to see here on tour. The World Foosball Tour.
World Foosball Tour. Tour kickoff event 2025 quarterfinal. Stelly dominating the last game in a 3/5.
Yeah.
So during that timeout, we just saw Smith comes up to you and asks you, what do you do? What would you suggest?
I mean, first thing I'd start with is just remind her that she's the champ. She won Worlds last year, and she did it in a very deliberate, intentional way, just kind of ball by ball, you know, decision by decision, calling her timeouts. It's really all the stuff that she's still doing. I mean, Isabelle kicked it up a gear or two and is obviously playing better than she was in the first couple games. But I think, you know, if she does ask that question, that's my answer. I think what you're doing. There were a couple of shots where she kind of overshot it and chipped it and hit it and just missed it. That's execution. Sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I just remind her you're the champ. Do you know who you are? Like, you're scary to play against.
Yeah.
You're really good. And if you put your game on the table and don't let anybody take you out of your game, it's not fun as the opponent. And is Isabelle good enough to win? Of course. Yeah. But I wouldn't even focus there. And I wouldn't say to make any real changes to the game. I just remind her who she is. And she's up 2 games to 1 here. All you need is a few more points.
Yeah, it's a curious phenomenon in foosball, and I think maybe any sport, but especially in foosball. You start feeling like you're losing even though you're still winning.
She changed her. That was a shot. She changed her defense up. So she went to the shuffle, which is that's my preferred calisthenic when I'm trying to burn a few calories. But again, she got the block there, and then go back and look. That left hand is keeping the junk out. It was creeping right there towards the corner. That ball was, and I think a lot of people panic out of the way there. Even though it's 3-1 in Game 4. I still say that just stick to your game plan. I'd like to see her shoot it out of the back, actually. I don't know that the 2 to the 5 has done a ton for her. And she can bank. You see her playing doubles. I mean, Hannah's banking the ball all over the place.
Yeah, she does have a solid 2-bar series. She tends to opt for that 2 to the 5, but it really, honestly, what it's about, though, I think, is just changing things up a little bit. A little bit of change of pace. Fire a few back there. Change the rhythm.
Yeah.
Change the rhyme. Down by 3.
It's Cool Runnings time?
Cool Runnings time.
Okay.
Puts that one away. Pulls within 2. Timeout call.
And again, just stepping away from the table there, chatting foosball with the mister. I wish we had the players mic'd up. We could have an idea of what they're talking about. If that was me, my conversation would be, can you run some make a food? Get some Chick-fil-A. I could use like a deluxe chicken sandwich right now with no pickles.
Just swatted back to the 5 of Smith. Out of the timeout, Stelly loses it. Smith retains it on the 3, puts that away. That's a huge, huge play there.
It's a long possession.
I believe that is the final timeout from both players now.
We'll have access to that camera here too. That's a video camera we'll have connected to our switcher here. Able to run it throughout the weekend as well. These are some lengthy timeouts.
Another 5-bar block, almost back to the 3, steals that one away, reels it in, out of timeouts, down by 1. 2 games to 1 in favor of Smith. Advances it to her 3, rollover position. Smith puts that one away, ties it up 4-4. It's match point for Hannah Smith. See that defensive 5-bar continues, and it does, swatting it back to the goalie area of Stelly. Fortunate man positioning there. Smith begins her drive up the table from the 2. Fortunate to get it to the 5 after 2 successive blocks by Stelly. The 3rd one ends up there, hard along the wall. Match point, Hannah Smith. At one point down by 3 points in this game. Rollover position. Smith puts that away. And there you have it, folks. In 4 games, Isabelle Stelly is defeated by Hannah Smith, who moves on to the next round.